Welcome to my channel, Valuable Rare Coin, where small US coins hold big value. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and discover hidden treasures in your change. Let's dive in. First, we're talking about none other than the US sweet penny 1-cent coin from the year 1953, a coin that might seem simple at first glance, but holds a surprising amount of historical weight, rare features, and jaw-dropping value when the right version is discovered. If you're a collector, a coin lover, or someone hoping to strike gold from your spare change, this is one video you won't want to miss. The 1953 wheat penny, officially known as the Lincoln cent, was struck in 3 different mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. These coins are part of the legendary Wheat Reverse series, which ran from 1909 to 1958. Designed by Victor D. Brenner, this coin features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and 2 stylized wheat ears on the reverse, symbolizing growth, strength, and prosperity. The simplicity of the design, combined with historical significance, has made wheat pennies one of the most collected coin series in the world. Now, while the 1953 wheat penny is fairly common in lower grades due to large mintage numbers, what truly excites collectors are the high-grade, uncirculated examples, and even more thrilling, those that possess unique mint errors. When a coin comes out of the mint with a mistake, especially one that slipped past quality control and survived in great condition, its value can skyrocket. And the 1953 wheat penny has its share of fascinating varieties that make it extremely valuable to those lucky enough to find one. One of the most sought-after errors in the 1953 wheat penny series is the double die obverse, where elements like the date, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty" appear slightly doubled. This kind of doubling happens during the die creation process and results in a coin with bold, raised doubling on its lettering or numbers. If your 1953 penny has this feature and is in sharp condition, you're holding something incredibly special. Collectors pay big money for these types of errors, especially when paired with a rich red color and luster that indicates the coin is in mint state. Another error to be on the lookout for is the repunched mint mark, RPM, most commonly seen on coins from the Denver or San Francisco mints. These occur when the mint mark was punched into the die more than once and slightly off position, creating a shadow-like effect. These errors are visible under magnification and can dramatically raise a coin's value when spotted on an uncirculated piece. Combine this with full original detail and a strong strike, and you've got yourself a coin that collectors dream of adding to their collection. Don't forget about off-center strikes, where the design of the coin is misaligned and shifted toward one side, creating a crescent-shaped blank space on the opposite edge. When the date is still clearly visible and the coin is in great condition, these errors are not only highly desirable, they're downright eye-catching. Every off-center coin is unique, and that uniqueness is exactly what drives collectors to pay serious money for them. These kinds of errors on a 1953 wheat penny can dramatically increase its auction price. In the world of coin collecting, grade and color matter more than most people realize. The most valuable 1953 wheat pennies are those in red, RD, mint state condition, meaning the coin has retained its original copper shine and shows no signs of wear. A 1953 wheat penny graded MS66 RD or higher, especially with an error like a double die or off-center strike, can command an enormous price. These coins are often sold at high-profile auctions, where they attract elite collectors from around the globe. One unforgettable moment came when a 1953 D wheat penny with a stunning double die error and vibrant red finish, certified by PCGS as MS67RD, made its way to auction. The competition was fierce, with collectors eager to own such a rare and pristine piece of American history. After intense bidding, the final sale price reached an astonishing $145,000. Yes, a 1-cent coin, often overlooked in daily life, turned out to be worth $145,000 simply because of its flawless preservation and extraordinary error. So now it's time to ask the big question. Could you be holding a fortune in your own coin jar? tucked away in a collection, or sitting in an old family heirloom box. If you have a 1953 wheat penny, take the time to inspect it carefully. Use a magnifying glass to look for doubling, check the mint mark for signs of repunching, and study the edges to see if the strike is off-center. And most importantly, if you believe you've found something rare, have it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC to verify its authenticity and unlock its potential value. We want to hear your stories, too. Have you ever found a strange-looking wheat penny from 1953? Do you have a collection you're curious about or want help identifying errors? Drop a comment below. We love hearing from our viewers and sharing in the excitement of your discoveries. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you never miss another rare coin adventure. Second rare coin. We take a deep dive into a historical American gem that continues to stun experts, spark bidding wars, and capture the hearts of collectors worldwide. The United States wheat penny 1-cent coin from the year 1941 with the Denver mint mark, the 1941 D wheat penny. At first glance, it may seem like a common coin, but don't let appearances fool you. The right version of this coin can unlock a true fortune, so make sure you listen closely, because this story could change the way you look at pennies forever. The 1941 D wheat penny comes from a time when America was on the edge of entering World War II, and the country was undergoing tremendous change. Minted in Denver and bearing the tiny D just beneath the date, this coin belongs to the legendary wheat penny series, one of the most iconic and beloved coin designs in American history. With Abraham Lincoln's dignified profile on the front and two stylized wheat ears on the back, this coin was not only made for everyday use, but also designed to reflect national pride, growth, and strength. It's more than a cent, it's a story of American resilience. Now, here's where things get truly exciting. While over 128 million of these pennies were minted in 1941 in Denver, not all of them were created equal. Most circulated heavily and lost their detail and luster over time. But a small number of 1941 D wheat pennies survived in absolutely exceptional condition, some with errors, minting varieties, or perfect preservation that make them rare beyond belief. And it's these coins that can turn a simple 1-cent piece into a collector's dream worth tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. One of the most important features collectors look for is the condition, especially coins in mint state, which show no signs of circulation. The very best of these are professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC and can receive a grade of MS66, MS67, or even higher. The luster, sharpness of Lincoln's portrait, and clear details in the wheat stalks make these coins stand out. Add in that perfect original red color from freshly minted copper, and you've got a coin that can command incredible attention and huge value. But condition isn't the only thing that makes this coin valuable. Let's talk about errors, the true wild cards of the coin world. One of the most coveted errors on the 1941 D wheat penny is the D over D RPM. Repunched mint mark. This happens when the D mint mark was punched into the die more than once, slightly misaligned. Under magnification, you can see one D layered over another, a detail that turns a regular coin into a rare variety. Collectors absolutely love this kind of mechanical error, and if it's on a well-preserved coin, the price skyrockets. Another rare find is the double die obverse, where the inscriptions "Liberty," "In God We Trust," or the date 1941 appear doubled. This kind of error is the result of a misalignment during the die creation process and leads to visible, raised doubling that can be seen even without magnification in some cases. It's rare, dramatic, and valuable, a true jackpot for any collector who finds one. If you've got a 1941 D penny that shows clear doubling, don't wait. Have it graded and authenticated, because you could be holding a gold mine. There are also coins struck on off-metal planchets, where a penny was mistakenly struck on a dime or foreign coin blank. These are among the rarest errors and command massive prices at auction. Combine one of these minting errors with a high-grade and rich red color, and you've got a coin that collectors will fight over, and we've seen exactly that happen in recent years. Let's talk about the money. the real-world value of this tiny copper masterpiece. One pristine example of a 1941 D-Wheat penny in full blazing red color, graded MS68RD, crossed the auction block and shocked the numismatic world. With bidders from across the country and even internationally, the final sale price soared to a staggering $200,000. Yes, that's right. A coin that originally cost 1 cent, if in the right condition with the right characteristics, is now worth $200,000. This is why collectors never overlook a single coin. The next 1941 D-Wheat penny worth a fortune might be sitting in your old piggy bank, an inherited collection, or hidden in a roll from the bank. So here's what you need to do. Pull out your 1941 D pennies, grab a magnifying glass, and inspect them carefully. Look for that bold red shine, signs of doubling, misaligned mint marks, or sharp strikes that set them apart. If you see something unusual or your coin looks exceptionally clean, it might be time to get it authenticated and potentially added to the list of legendary sales, and we want to hear from you. Have you come across a 1941 D-Wheat penny in your collection? Have you spotted a strange error or a coin that just feels special? Drop your story in the comments below and share your journey with other collectors. You might inspire someone else to take a closer look at their own pocket change. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another story about rare and valuable coins hiding in plain sight. Third expensive coin, we explore one of the most captivating and valuable coins from the early 20th century, the U.S. wheat penny 1 cent coin from the year 1917 with the S mint mark, struck in San Francisco. This little copper coin, over 100 years old, is far more than just a piece of change. It's a treasure from the past that has become a centerpiece in serious collections and a dream discovery for many collectors around the world. If you're a coin lover, you'll want to listen to every word of this story because this is the kind of penny that could make your collection legendary. The 1917 S wheat penny is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909 and has remained a collector favorite ever since. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features the dignified image of President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse showcases 2 wheat ears curving around the words 1 cent, a design that symbolizes growth, strength, and unity during a time when America was preparing to enter World War I. And when it comes to mint marks, the S just beneath the date stands for San Francisco, one of the most admired and respected mints in U.S. coinage history. Although millions of 1917 S pennies were produced, the vast majority of them were heavily circulated, worn down through years of use, and lost their sharp details. That's what makes high-grade examples so incredibly rare, especially those that still possess their original red or red-brown copper luster. Finding a 1917 S penny in pristine condition is like discovering a time capsule from over a century ago, and the few that survived in that perfect state are now considered true national treasures by collectors and experts alike. But rarity isn't the only reason this coin is so exciting. The 1917 S wheat penny is also known for its fascinating mint errors and varieties that make it a hot topic in the world of numismatics. One of the most famous and sought-after errors is the double die obverse, where the inscriptions like "In God We Trust" or "Liberty" appear slightly doubled. This isn't damage, it's a minting flaw that happened when the die itself was engraved twice at different angles. If you find a 1917 S penny with sharp, visible doubling and it's in excellent shape, it could be a rare variety worth an astonishing amount. Another key feature collectors look for is the strike quality, which can vary greatly depending on the year and mint. San Francisco pennies from this era sometimes show weak strikes, especially on Lincoln's coat or beard. So when a strong, bold strike is found, with crisp detail and sharp lettering, it stands out dramatically and adds to the coin's value. Combine that with full wheat lines on the reverse and original mint red color, and you've got yourself a once-in-a-lifetime coin. Let's not forget about other valuable mint errors such as off-center strikes, where the coin's design is shifted from the center, or die cracks, which show raised lines where the die began to fracture. These features can be subtle or dramatic, but collectors prize them because each one tells a unique story about the coin's creation. A 1917 S penny with a prominent off-center strike, doubling, or a retained cut error could bring in huge premiums, especially when authenticated and graded by a top service like PCGS or NGC. Auction houses have seen some breathtaking moments when it comes to this coin. Not long ago, a blazing red 1917 S sweet penny, professionally graded MS66RD with powerful eye appeal and a strong strike, made headlines as collectors from around the world vied to take it home. The excitement was palpable, the bids kept rising, and when the auctioneers slammed the gavel, the final sale price hit a mind-blowing $240,000. That's right, a 1-cent coin turned into a $240,000 treasure because of its beauty, rarity, and immaculate preservation. So, what does this mean for you? It means the next valuable coin might already be in your collection, tucked away in an old folder or jar, waiting to be discovered. If you have a 1917 penny with an S mint mark, examine it carefully. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling, assess the condition of the wheat lines, look for mint red coloration, and inspect the edges for any off-center strike or other anomalies. If you suspect you have something special, don't wait. Send it to a trusted grading company and let them confirm your treasure. We'd love to hear from you, too. Have you ever found a 1917 S sweet penny in your collection? Do you have a coin that looks unusual or may have one of these rare features? Drop your story in the comments below and share your excitement with fellow collectors. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another amazing episode in our journey through rare and valuable coins. Especially, we're diving into the fascinating world of the U.S. wheat penny 1-cent coin from the year 1950 with the Denver mint mark, the legendary 1950 D wheat penny. At first glance, it might look like any ordinary old penny, but behind that humble copper surface could be a fortune waiting to be discovered. So listen closely, collectors, because what you're about to hear might just turn your spare change into something worth thousands. The 1950 D wheat penny was struck at the Denver Mint. You'll recognize it by the small D mint mark just below the date. It's part of the classic Lincoln wheat penny series, which ran from 1909 to 1958. This era of coinage holds a special place in American history and collector culture. The reverse side, with two stylized wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent, is a nod to America's agricultural strength and prosperity. And on the obverse, of course, is the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a tribute to leadership, liberty, and national unity. Now, while the 1950 D penny had a relatively high mintage of over 334 million coins, not all of them are equal, and this is where things get exciting. Most of these pennies were used for daily transactions and ended up scratched, worn, or discolored. But the ones that managed to survive in mint state condition, especially those with full original red luster, are the coins that serious collectors fight to get their hands on. These pristine examples are like finding a perfectly preserved snapshot of 1950, untouched by time, and shining with collector value, but it's not just about condition. It's also about rare mint errors and unusual varieties that slipped through unnoticed when the coins were produced. One of the most valuable errors you can find on a 1950 D wheat penny is the repunched mint mark, RPM. This occurs when the D was punched into the die more than once, creating a visible shadow or doubling effect. Collectors love RPMs because they reflect the manual minting processes of the era, and every variety is slightly different, making each one special and highly collectible. Another amazing error is the off-center strike, where the design of the coin was not properly aligned during minting. When the coin is struck off-center, but the date and mint mark are still fully visible, it becomes not just an error coin, but a unique piece of minting history. Off-center wheat pennies with sharp strikes and strong detail are in high demand, and the 1950 D is no exception. These kinds of visual errors make the coin instantly recognizable and unforgettable in any collection. Let's not forget the possibility of a double die obverse, one of the most exciting errors in numismatics. This rare error causes inscriptions like "In God We Trust," "Liberty," or even the date to appear doubled. It's caused by a misalignment during the die creation process, and collectors go absolutely wild for them. If you have a 1950 D penny with bold, clear doubling, especially in mint state red, you might be sitting on an absolute gold mine. Professional grading plays a big role in identifying and valuing these rare gems. Coins graded MS66 RD or higher, where RD stands for full red color, are extremely rare and incredibly valuable. These coins still shine with their original copper brilliance and show no signs of wear. Combine a high grade with a mint error like a repunched mint mark or off-center strike, and your 1950 D wheat penny could soar in value, not just into the hundreds or thousands, but into the realm of elite auctions. And speaking of auctions, let's talk about real numbers. One particular 1950 D wheat penny, graded a stunning MS67 RD with the repunched mint mark, hit the auction floor recently and ignited a fierce bidding war. The coin's blazing color, flawless fields, and dramatic RPM caught the attention of advanced collectors around the country. When the final gavel dropped, this modest 1-cent piece had sold for a jaw-dropping $190,000. Yes, a 1-cent coin, transformed by rarity, condition, and collector passion, became a six-figure treasure. So now we ask you, do you have a 1950 D wheat penny hiding in your collection? Have you ever looked closely at its date, color, or mint mark? You might be holding something incredibly special and not even realize it. Grab a magnifying glass, examine the coin under good lighting, and look for sharp details, doubling, RPMs, or any sign that this coin could be more than meets the eye. And if it looks exceptional, don't hesitate. Get it graded and authenticated by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. We'd love to hear from you. Have you found a rare 1950 D penny? Do you have a story about coin collecting or a question about identifying mint errors? Drop it in the comments below. Our community is full of fellow collectors who are always excited to share their knowledge and discoveries. And while you're here, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you're always updated on new videos about rare coins and hidden treasures. Next coin, we're shining the spotlight on a truly remarkable piece of numismatic history, the United States wheat penny 1-cent coin from the year 1946. This isn't just any penny you find in change jars or old drawers. This coin has the potential to be a true collectible gem, hiding incredible value if found in the right condition with certain rare features. So buckle up, collectors, and listen carefully, because this tiny coin could one day bring a massive return. The 1946 wheat penny is part of the legendary Lincoln Wheat series, a coin design that ran from 1909 to 1958. It features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and two curved wheat stalks on the reverse, symbolizing the strength and prosperity of America. This particular coin was minted right after World War II, during a time of economic transition and national rebuilding. That era adds an extra layer of historical value to this penny, making it not just a collectible, but a tangible piece of post-war American resilience. Although the 1946 penny was struck in high quantities at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, only a tiny fraction survived in flawless condition, and an even smaller number contain rare minting errors that send their value soaring. Most were used in everyday transactions and suffered wear and tear, but a few remained untouched, hidden in rolls, forgotten in drawers, or stored away in pristine condition. These are the coins collectors dream of, especially when they shine with full red luster and show no signs of circulation. Now let's talk about the thrilling part, mint errors and rare features that make the 1946 wheat penny extremely valuable. One of the most sought-after varieties is the 1946 doubled die obverse, where elements like "In God We Trust," "Liberty," or even the date itself show strong doubling due to a misalignment in the die during production. When this kind of doubling is bold and clean, and the coin is in mint state, It becomes a serious target for collectors and can reach eye-popping prices at auction. Another valuable error to look out for is the repunched mint mark, especially on coins from the Denver and San Francisco mints. This error happens when the mint mark was stamped more than once, slightly off position, creating a shadow or overlapping effect. These RPMs are highly collectible, and the more dramatic and visible the repunching is, the higher the value, particularly if the coin is graded MS65 or better with full red color. These coins are treasures hiding in plain sight. Also highly prized are off-center strikes, where the coin was misaligned during minting, resulting in a visible blank crescent where the design is missing. If the date and mint mark are still fully readable, collectors are willing to pay big money for such an error. Another incredible and rare error is a struck on wrong planchet error, where a penny is mistakenly struck on a dime planchet or even on foreign coin blanks. These spectacular minting mishaps are unbelievably rare and, when authenticated, can send the coin's value through the roof. So how do collectors assess the value of a 1946 wheat penny? It starts with grading coins in MS65, MS66, or MS67. Red condition are the highest earners. Red indicates the coin still has its original copper shine and has not toned or darkened over time. The redder, the better. Pair that with a mint error like a double die or RPM, and the value multiplies fast. Collectors crave these perfect combinations of beauty and rarity, and they don't hesitate to open their wallets when a true gem surfaces. Let's bring this to life with a real-world example. At a recent auction, a flawless 1946 wheat penny graded MS67 RD, featuring a dramatic double die obverse and rich copper glow, caught the attention of elite collectors. With its exceptional eye appeal and rare error, bidding quickly escalated. The excitement in the room was electric, and when the final hammer dropped, this once humble penny sold for a jaw-dropping $199,000. Yes, you heard that right, $199,000 for a single 1-cent coin, thanks to its perfect condition and rare minting anomaly. So, what can you do today? Start by checking your own collection, coin rolls, or inherited boxes for a 1946 wheat penny. Use a magnifying glass to examine the date, look closely at Liberty and In God We Trust for doubling, and check the mint mark carefully for signs of repunching. If your coin has strong detail, bright red color, and unusual features, you could be sitting on a fortune. Don't hesitate to get it authenticated by a professional grading service. It's the only way to truly unlock its full market potential, and we want to hear from you too. Have you ever found a 1946 wheat penny with unusual features? Do you have one that might be hiding an error? Share your stories in the comments below and let the community help you figure out if you've found a rare treasure. And don't forget, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you're always up to date on the latest coin discoveries and valuable finds. Last unique coin. We're diving into a remarkable copper coin that's captured the attention of collectors for decades. The U.S. wheat penny 1-cent coin from the year 1940 with the S mint mark, better known as the 1940 S wheat penny. At first glance, this might look like a simple old penny, but in the world of numismatics, this coin has the power to transform an everyday collector into the proud owner of a high-value rarity. Get ready, because this coin isn't just history, it's pure treasure, struck at the famous San Francisco Mint. The 1940 S wheat penny holds a unique place in American coinage. The small S just below the date marks its origin and instantly makes it stand out to knowledgeable collectors. This was a time when the United States was just emerging from the Great Depression and approaching involvement in World War II. Every coin minted in this era has historical depth, but when preserved in mint condition, the 1940 S becomes more than just a keepsake, it becomes a legacy. It is part of the celebrated wheat penny series, with Abraham Lincoln's dignified profile on the front and the elegant wheat ears on the reverse, a design that millions recognize, but few truly understand the value of. While over 112 million of these pennies were minted, only a tiny number survived in pristine condition, untouched by circulation, retaining their original red luster and showing no signs of wear. These are the rare coins that are now making headlines in the auction world. Why? Because coins from this era, especially those struck in San Francisco, are famous for having inconsistencies in strike quality. So when a coin emerges with sharp detail, full wheat lines, and a blazing copper glow, it becomes a showstopper. Now let's talk about what really sets these coins apart: errors and die varieties. Yes, friends, this is where things get thrilling. One of the most coveted errors on the 1940 S wheat penny is the RPM, repunched mint mark. This happens when the S was stamped into the die more than once at slightly different angles. With a magnifying glass or microscope, you can often see a shadow of the first punch beneath or beside the second. These RPMs are not damage, they are minting quirks, and they are gold in the eyes of collectors. Combine that with a high-grade condition and you've got something incredibly valuable. Another amazing variety is the double die obverse, where parts of the lettering, such as Liberty, In God We Trust, or the date 1940, appear slightly doubled. This visual effect is caused by a misalignment during the creation of the die and results in a striking and noticeable feature that jumps out to sharp-eyed collectors. A 1940 S wheat penny with this kind of doubling can be worth significantly more, especially if the coin has that beautiful original red tone that hasn't dulled over time. And don't overlook the off-center strikes or die cracks, which are also present in some 1940 S specimens. Off-center strikes happen when the coin blank wasn't properly centered during minting, leaving part of the design missing and part of the blank visible. This creates a highly unusual look and a very collectible error. Die cracks, raised lines across the coin's surface, can also add character and value when they are prominent and appealing. Each of these errors makes a coin unique, and uniqueness is the heart of collectible value. Professional grading is absolutely key in assessing the worth of this coin. If you have a 1940 S that's been graded MS66RD or higher, meaning it has full red color and no signs of wear, you're in elite territory. Combine that grade with a visible RPM or doubling, and you're talking about a coin that can command top dollar in the collecting world. These coins don't just sit in cases, they become centerpieces of exhibitions and prized holdings in investment-grade collections. And yes, now it's time to talk about real numbers, and trust me, this will blow your mind. At a recent national coin auction, a 1940 S wheat penny, graded MS67 plus RD, with stunning red luster and a well-defined repunched mint mark, shattered expectations. The bids kept climbing higher and higher as collectors from around the world fought to own this historical masterpiece. And when the final hammer dropped, the sale price reached a staggering $280,000. That's right, a coin that once bought a stick of gum now holds a value of $280,000 in today's market. So, what does this mean for you, the passionate collector watching this video? It means you could already have one of these valuable coins sitting in your collection. It might be hiding in an old penny roll, a family coin album, or even a childhood coin jar. Now is the time to take a closer look, use a magnifier, examine your 1940 S pennies for repunched mint marks, doubling, or flawless surface condition. If you think you've got something special, don't guess. Have it authenticated and graded by professionals like PCGS or NGC. You could be holding a six-figure treasure and not even know it, and we want to hear from you. Have you ever come across a 1940 S wheat penny with unusual features? Do you have a story to tell or a photo to share with the community? Drop your comments below and connect with collectors who share your passion. This channel is a place for knowledge, excitement, and celebration of the rarest coins hiding in plain sight. Thanks for joining us today on this deep dive into the 1940 S wheat penny, a coin that proves again and again that history, rarity, and beauty can come together in a single set. Remember, the next time you go through your change or open an old coin folder, you might just discover a penny that's worth an incredible $280,000. Keep your eyes sharp, your passion alive, and as always, happy collecting.